back at the space station to safety. They can't follow you in there. No! A little bit of damage. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an awesome minimal Corvette that only displays 7 parts, but it's fully functional. And you have a single hab unit that you can place all your necessary equipment for interloping the galaxy. Check out this bad boy coming in for a landing. Look at that. Only 7 visible parts on this ship, and it has everything you need. It has the shield module, it has the reactor, it has the weapon system, and you can fully build out your hab and put all the amenities of home. Even a nice little chair to sit in and rest your back after you've been pillaging resources from nearby worlds. So let's head up to the space station and I'll show you how to get this bad boy built. And stick around after that. I'm going to show you how to upgrade it to an S-Class. As you can see, Honey Badger is an S-Class. Pretty decent stats. Certainly not the best. You can definitely upgrade your stats past this, but I've found that this is really maneuverable and great for really anything you need to do. It's even pretty good at fighting pirates. So let's head up to the space station and we're going to get building this really quick. It's only going to take a couple of minutes to build this. As you can see, we have just 2 thrusters, a hab unit, a landing bay, a cockpit, and just 2 mag-filled landing thrusters. Check that out. It's a really sleek, small ship that's functional. You don't have to build, take forever building a massive ship to hide all your technology. It's all going to be right here, and works great. Works great. This thing is even so small, I've found some caves that you can fly it through. So that's kind of cool. You can search caves inside your Starship, but it's easy to land. As you can see, you've got plenty of view in whether you're in first or third person like here. You're going to be able to see your ship, the whole thing, really maneuverable. This is my #1, my go-to ship, what I use all the time now. I have a bigger one called Karen Ball Snatcher, and Karen is she's a little bit of a testy broad, but she gets the job done. So let's get started building this. One thing I want to show y'all is, yes, it's a little tough to get some of your Corvette parts. You have to amass quite an inventory of parts to be able to trade for the advanced parts. But if you're just getting started, if you just want to jump in and play with the building and see what you can do, come in here to options and go to difficulty. Come down to your crafting and item settings and set that to free. Alright, right there. Standard makes you mine and find everything, but if you just want to get in here and mess around with shipbuilding and have access to all of the parts, set that to free, and then you can always set it back. Then when you set it back, it still saves your ship, you don't lose any of the parts, and yeah, it's just a shortcut. But hey, if you want to do the grind, by all means do the grind. I did the grind first, and I found the parts to trade. And I'll come over here and show you. So you're going to go to a free building station. Show you the parts I've amassed so far. So here's the ones I have stored in inventory. It's a lot of them. You're going to find a lot of these, like, you know, dome sections and aerofoils, cowlings, stuff like that. The more rare ones are going to be these jets and your like a girder array, rock hopper module, the ambassador cockpit. That's an advanced one that you have to trade for. But I built my first one by basically just running around a planet. There's a planet in my starter galaxy that has a ton of the Corvette ship parts, and I just scanned and just went like 200, 300, 400 units at a time and dug them up. I had a very small inventory at the time, so it got full and I'd have to come back up here to the space station and dump them into this workshop cache to store them. But we're just going to go to Corvette Workshop. We're going to create a new Corvette, and here you are. So now that we've got a fresh platform to build on, choose whatever kind of landing gear you want. Yes, you can do landing gear with the mag-filled thrusters. I personally don't really see a need for that, so I'm just going to do a mag-filled thruster. I'm going to pop that bad boy right there. Then you're going to want to color this, because you see this is the standard color of the red and the silver. So highlight it, come in here and select your color. Let's do a nice blue and light gray this time. How about that? That's a good looking color. And then you can choose the material to finish it. You have metallic, you have weathered. I actually like weathered, I'm gonna go with that. So let's do weathered. Now the reason you color it first is because once you start with that, then every single piece you place after that is gonna match. It's gonna be the same color, okay? Then we're gonna come in here, let's do a Thunderbird class Hab. Just one. Thunderbird class cockpit. I like the Ambassador landing bay, just because it's kind of curvy. I just think that looks cool. Let me back up just a little bit here. And for this build, I did the Arcadia Sublight. Hit one of your bumper buttons to flip sides. And that's it, y'all. There's the main parts of your ship that are going to be visible right there, already built. So as you see in the top right, we have to have a reactor and a weapon system. So let's drop those on, but I'm going to show you how to delete those so that they're not visible and your ship looks really sleek and smooth. So let's put every reactor on that you can. One more, the Medusa. Yeah, why not, right there. Then let's drop on some shields. That guy there, and a deflector. So now it is, man, what a mess. So look at all that junk on the top. Really clunky. If you were to have to hide all this stuff, you'd have to build a really big ship to hide all of that. So what we're gonna do, let's get out of this. You're gonna do finalize current design. Okay, and if it's your first Corvette, it's not going to say compare. You're just going to claim it. Okay, now here's my original Honey Badger, so I'm not getting rid of that. And you're going to claim it. It's going to be this selection right here. For me, it's add to collection, because I'm adding it to my collection because I already have one. Next, we're going to delete these extra parts. So come over here to the next Corvette building pad, and we're just going to start another build. Create a new Corvette, but we're not going to build anything there. We're going to push back here, delete, 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 delete that, and delete that. So now you're back to this ship being sleek with only 7 parts. So back out of this and leave the workshop. And you'll see when you leave that workshop, this ship is still built and fully functional, and it's ready to fly. How about that? Pretty slick. Now, if you run into this error here, like I have, where it doesn't transfer through your cockpit, no problem. What you're going to do, you're going to back out. Make sure you've saved. All right, 15 seconds ago, so it saved when we got out of that other build. Let's just get out of there. And then we're just going to get back in. And we are back. Let's load back up into the space station and see your new minimal and functional Corvette ship. If you want to make this thing just be a cockpit and a landing bay, you can do that. You don't have to have any other parts on it, and it'll work if you want a micro ship. But for me, I wanted to have an actual hab unit to be able to put all of the interior goodies that I'm going to want for roaming around the galaxy. Okay, here we are. Fantastic. And you see now we have access to the cockpit. So let's close that up. Take a look at our ship, and you see it's a C-class, but it's minimal. Everything's going to function. You've got maneuverability. You have all your stats. Now, let's upgrade this thing to an S-class, because we're a C-class right now. I'm going to tell you in advance, you're going to need like 30 million units to upgrade this thing, because it's going to take 80,000 nanites. So if you don't have that much yet, find a way to grind some units. Thankfully, I was given a few AI valves, so I have 600 and something million units. Next, you're going to want to install a conflict scanner. And again, you can cheat it just a little bit. If you still have it set on the free parts, you'll be able to just install that instead of having to go find a Walker brain. So install your conflict scanner. That's up and running. And now let's get out of here. But it's super easy. You can see it's pretty sluggish flight as is, so that's why you're going to want to upgrade this. And in upgrading your class, you're also going to find some modules to add in here that are going to enhance your handling, your speed, and all that fun stuff. Okay, open your galaxy map and set your filter to conflict. Okay, you see conflict up there? And then for me on Xbox, it's B to back out to get off of my current system selected. And you're just going to look for a pirate-controlled system. This might take me a second because I don't have a long jump range right now. Gorgeous. There's one right there. Okay, I visited that before. You see the pirate skull symbol on it. Select that and warp on over. Warp on over, warp on over, warp on over. It's a pretty easy process. It's a little bit of a lengthy process. It's about an hour and a half, maybe hour 45 or so. And oh, I don't want the Atlas. So let's just get out of here. Where's the space station? Right there. Yeah. So ease on in there. And we'll go on to our next step. Here's where the units come into play. This is where you need your units to buy some suspicious goods from this dude over here. Now, they don't have the little beaming platform in these like they do in regular space stations, so you're just going to have to jetpack and run over there. Oh, first thing, come over and upgrade your exosuit. Oh, have I not done that yet? I guess I didn't at this space station. Alright, 200k, yes. Every new space station you visit, upgrade your exosuit. It's going to pay off in the long run. You want that storage. Then you come over to this dude with these floating cubes. The contraband agent. Little Gek guy. And what you want are these two. Suspicious packet of arms. So hit your back button and buy all 8. Sometimes it's going to be 3, sometimes 4, 5, 6, sometimes he'll have 8. Just buy everything he's got. Same thing here, suspicious packet of tech. See, that one's only 3, but buy them all. And another good tip is while you're here, go take a look at the multi-tool and see what kind of multi-tool they have here. Chances are you're not going to find like an A or an S class. They're going to be mostly C's and B's, but it's good to check out anyway. Then, all you're going to do, go into your inventory, and you're going to open... Let's see, AI valves. I'm not doing that. Where'd they go? Here they are. Alright, so you're just going to select X to open, okay? Just open all of these things. There we go. Oh, analyze that. And open all 8 of those. This is going to give you some X-class upgrades that you're then going to turn around and sell for nanites that you'll use to upgrade your ship class. So I've got a suspicious bolt caster here, phase beam. Here's some more. Positron. Infra knife. Okay, so you have all of those. Ooh, I got a rare item too. What else do we get in here? This cracked heliostat, you want to dismantle that. That gave me some copper. And this guy, I think that's going to give me nanites. Yep, that gives you a little bit of nanites. I think that's it. Oh, here's another rare item. Now this rare item, this lost artifact, you can sell. So that's 1 million. So you'll get some of your units back as you're doing this process. But what we're after, yes, I'll take your carbon. What we're after is go to this dude, and you're going to sell him back all of these X-Class. In fact, I'm going to sell this pulse engine mod. And check it out, I've got 4,096 nanites. So we're starting with that. Whoops. Going to sell all of these X-Class. Probably going to sell that B-Class too. Keeping the A, sell the C. Get rid of that. So let's see, keeping the S. And you're just going to have these X-Class. So you're going to sell all of your X-Class upgrades that you just got from that guy. And you see, we came up a little over 3,000. Now I had a few extras, as you see, but that's how you do it, dude. Just wash, rinse, and repeat. Come into the pirate station. Now you're going to exit out, search for the next pirate system, and you're going to do it again. Upgrade your exosuit. Check the weapon that they have there. See if you like it better than the weapon you currently have. This is a little bit of a grind. Like I said, an hour and a half, hour 45 or so, but it's going to allow you to upgrade several things at once while you're doing this. And here's another cool thing. While you're doing that, you know, you're not going to have any upgrades on this ship you just made. So if you want to use some of those that you just found, you know, again, I already had the A, so you're just going to get X-Class out of these. But if you want to apply that, like if I want to put this pulse engine on here, pretend that's an X-Class, yeah, I can go ahead and put it on here. And it's going to change maneuverability, so we're 363. Where's the supercharged slot? I don't see it right now. 363 to 380. So that came up just a little bit. Where's the supercharged slot? Supercharged slot. There it is. So move this out of here. So 380, pulse engine there, already up to 370. And we're going to move that adjacent to it, 394. So you came up like 30-something points just by moving that and installing that upgrade. So now just fly out into space. Open up your galaxy map again. And you're just going to go to the next pirate-controlled system. You're just going to keep doing this over and over. Set your filter to conflict. Back out. And just keep looking until you find one that's in range that you can get to. I've already done that, so I'm just going to warp back to where I was. Back to my original space station. And in a regular space station, not in a power-controlled system, that's where you can get rid of extra Corvette ships. If you build several and you don't want them anymore, next I'm going to show you how to do that. So come on. Oh boy. Oh yeah, spawned in a pirate bag. Yeah, we are not equipped for this with our basic ship. We don't have any upgrades. We're not equipped. bases. There's my Paradise planet out there with 3 bases on it. Kept finding better and better spots. Back at the space station to safety. They can't follow you in there. No! A little bit of damage. So maybe by now you have your ship upgraded to an S-Class, and maybe you've made a couple other Corvettes, and you want to get rid of some extras. This is how you do that. You can't just outright sell it, so what you have to do is trade it to one of these NPCs in the space station. So select the one you want to get rid of. That one's damaged. Definitely going to keep Karen Ball Snatcher. That's my first one. Honey Badger's staying. So let's get rid of this one. Alright, so come up to this dude. What happening? How you do today? You want to make trade? Okay. We're gonna make an offer. Yeah, that one sucks. But it doesn't matter. Negotiate price. And check your name. Make sure you're getting rid of the correct ship you want to get rid of. If you want to, come in here and you can take some of these parts off. But you really don't have to. So we're just gonna go ahead and exchange that. Boom. Now, wrong button. Now you can see I've got this thing. Triumph of Freedom. So, now what you do, come back here behind the space station, and you're going to begin salvage analysis. Let's claim this scrap. Gonna get rid of that. Boom. That's how you do it. You got rid of your unwanted Corvette. And that's going to give you, there's my little first starter ship. Yep, I still have that one. So that's going to give you some sweet, ooh, very nice. Don't get rid of those. Don't get rid of storage augmentation, because that can expand the storage in your Corvette once it's built. Alright. You can get rid of spool of nano cables, get rid of subatomic regulators, keep your AI valves, because there's a way to dupe those if you need some money. That looks like about it. What's this? Indium scraps. Yeah, we can get rid of that. And recycled circuitry. You can get rid of that too. But save your upgrades, especially your A-Class. It's a shield module. I'm going to put that on Honey Badger. And pulse engine. Let's save that. Ooh, S-Class. Underwater protection. Oh, that didn't come from a ship. I just don't have a place to install that yet. Been working on upgrading my exosuit, y'all. It takes a while. You have to visit a lot of space stations. So then come over here to the Galactic Trade Terminal and just sell the stuff you don't want. Don't sell your mold, because you can refine that into nanites. Alright, circuitry. Yep, let's get rid of that. What else? Compressed indium scraps. Let's unload that. We're going to blow the market wide open here. AI valves, definitely want to keep those. Because like I said, you can dupe them. If you want to do that, hey, if you want to grind and make it all honest living, you can do that. You can do that. Not discouraging you from that. So that's it. And then you can check your ships. This guy's broken. It's on a planet somewhere. Requires a lot to fix it. So I've just got Karen Ball Snatcher and Honey Badger. And my current ship is this little Radiant Pilar. Alright. And last but not least, I'll give you a quick interior tour of my ship and show you why I used one full-sized habitation unit. It's so I can put all this stuff in here. Okay, I've got a nice rug. I've got room for the nutrition processor. Wipe your feet, get the space dust off your feet, okay? When you come in my ship, be respectful. You can have your ingredient storage area. So if you go on some fishing expeditions, get some milk from some animals, collect some meat that you can process into nutrients. So you have that whole station that's functional. I just added that. Doesn't do anything but look cool. Your storage links to a storage container either at your land base or at your freighter base. And so that is super, super useful, because you see there's no way I could carry around all this stuff. Let's transfer that over. AI valves. We're going to refine that mold. Okay, great way to store things that you don't have room to carry around with you otherwise. So that's storage, and as you can see, you have 10 of these. I've just installed one of them. It's what I have room for, and frankly it's all I need right now. Alright, I put up a standing planter, so of course you can harvest that and get your carbon. I put a nice little chair here. Across from that I've got a couch. I have my first aid unit. Okay, so you can increase your health and your hazard protection. All of that's useful. I have another little decoration here. I'll put some curtains up. Just get a little extra something something. And here is the refiner unit. Let's go ahead and drop this mold in here and let that be working. Where you at, mold? There we go. How long is that going to take? About 8 minutes. All right, rocking and rolling. So that's going. And what's really cool, this is how I get Quicksilver, so I don't have to go into the anomaly. I just hop in the mission radar. Collect 173 Fecium. That's super easy. Just kill some animals. So yeah, this is my fully functional interior that's small. The ship is compact, but I have everything I need on the go to do pretty much whatever I need while I'm out roaming around. Alright guys, thanks for joining in on this video. I hope it helped you out a little bit in your journey to build your first or second or third Corvette ship, but at least it's a really small ship, maneuverable, and fully functional. Please like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos. Hope to see you soon. Take care, y'all.